I'm Val Jean Wright. When I was about 3 or 4 years old, my mother went to live with my grandparents. She was a war wife with me and 2 other young children. The time I spent with my grandparents was pure heaven for me. I got to know them very well over the next few years. My grandmother had a very close connection with her family, and being the second child out of 9, she was very nurturing. She would often tell me stories about her family, and later I was also very involved in family history along with her. I got into writing books about some of the members of my family and decided to write about my grandparents. The story wasn't complete unless I also told about their siblings. This was easy to do because about my grandmother, but my grandfather didn't stay in touch with his siblings. In fact, 3 out of the 6 siblings he had died by the time he was in his 30s. I decided I needed to find out about all of them. In fact, I needed pictures to make my book more complete. I was on a quest to find the pictures. One of Grandpa's sisters had died at about 2 years old, and there weren't any pictures of her. Well, that's not counting the group photo shot a long ways away. When a brother had died at 19, we found a formal picture of him made that was very nice. And then there was his brother Harry Cross. He died at 36 years old when my grandpa was 34. Where were the pictures? I inherited all of Grandma's, nothing there. This was 1928. I couldn't find anything in the newspapers. Again, where were the pictures? I was an obituary keeper. I would clip all these obituaries, and I never knew why. Harry had a son that he named Harry, and we called him Harry Jr. Well, that his mother did. Junior was about my mother's age, and she loved to talk about him and how handsome he was in his Army uniform. Junior died in 1977, and I clipped the obituary